For the second half of the program, pleased to be joined by the Superintendent of Public Instruction in Arizona, voted into office in 2014, Diane Douglas. Good to see you.
Thank you for having me.
First time on the program.
Yes, I'm delighted to be here, John.
You know,
Thank
it was
you.
so interesting. Back when you were running the first time around, it was tough to get you to do interviews. Is this a shift?
When the first time I ran, I wasn't asked to do a lot of interviews.
So you are coming out swinging as you seek re-election right now, and there are a lot of people in the fray.
Well, there's a lot of perspectives, but May filing signatures is a long way off, so we'll see what the candidate pool actually becomes.
Let's talk a little bit about how you came into office and what you promised and where we are in those things. And let's begin with Common Core, because that was really the bedrock of your candidacy. You said, I'm going to repeal we're going to get rid of Common Core.
Mm-hmm. Very briefly, there were three main issues for me about Common Core: federal control, how our state board adopted it, and the embedded curriculum that we found bringing bad things into our children's classroom, inappropriate reading material, what I call wacky math. 2.5 months into office, I got a release from the national copyright holders that we can now do whatever we want with our standards in Arizona in the best interest of our children. In October of 2015, the state board, by a 6-2 vote at my insistence, repealed Common Core as the official standards of the state of Arizona, and in December of 2016, they adopted revised standards that were the work of hundreds of teachers, incorporating over 10,000 comments from Arizonans across our state.
So you bristled right from the get-go that Washington was kind of putting this pressure on states to do this.
Absolutely.
But how do you stay competitive worldwide? We're in a global economy now, you know, by not having rigorous standards.
We do have more rigorous standards right now. Some of the things that we're missing, one of the things that was at the insistence of Arizonans, is we are the first state in the nation that has foundational writing skills, meaning our children will learn to write and read cursive, math fluency, which is what in the old days they called memorization, so they will know their math facts, and there now no longer will be one right way to solve a math problem.
Yeah, I mean, my kids go through this. They first learn math, and 5 times 4 is 20, and that's it. And now you have to explain how you arrive at that answer.
Mm-hmm. There's an absolutely adorable little example out on the internet of a very young child, and it says, you know, here's whatever the problem is, you know, what, 4 times 5, you know, how did you get that answer? And he wrote, it's in my brain, I know it.
This sounds a little bit like my kids sometimes. All right, you mentioned the board, and I want to go back to this for a minute, because you know, when everything first started with you, what we were getting on the news every night, and I'm sure Donald Trump would say the same thing, it's only negative. I wanted to play this clip, the battle with you and Greg Miller, who resigned because of the ongoing feud with you. Take a look. This is tape number 6.
Mr. President, I am not, please take your hands off me.
What was this all about? I couldn't figure out what the problem was in this whole deal.
I don't really understand it myself, quite frankly. I served 8 years on the Peoria board, 2 years as the board president. We've never had some of the things occur on the board that did. You would have to ask Mr. Miller.
Were they resisting your changes that you wanted to implement?
Absolutely.
So they
Absolutely.
were not, they were trying to, in your view, thwart you?
Absolutely.
From what you were trying to do?
I was told 2 weeks in that Common Core would never go away and it would never be changed. But the citizens of Arizona elected me to do that.
And they did elect you to do that. And this is what's curious right now. You know, if you believe the polling, you're in for a heck of a fight. You're at 16% approval rating right now. Do you buy it? First of all, are you concerned by it? Second of all, and third, what do you think has led to that dynamic where people, if it's true, if those polls are true?
I'm not even going to speculate about whether they're true or not. I promised Arizonans I would do certain things when I came into office, and I've stayed true to that commitment to them. I'm very privileged to serve the people of Arizona. It's an honor each and every single day, because in my opinion, The single most important thing we do as a state is educate our children. They are entitled to use their God-given gifts and talents to fulfill their dreams, goals, and ambitions, and it's about perpetuating our great nation, our republic, and letting them have all the blessings we've had. There's no job more important than that to me.
One of the things you fought for is trying to raise teacher pay. Let me roll tape number 5. Nicole Garcia talking about your push to try to raise teacher pay in Arizona.
Prop 301 was passed in 2000 and will expire in 2021. Last year, the 0.6% sales tax brought in more than $640 million for public schools. Governor Ducey said he would support extending it. Superintendent of Public Education Diane Douglas wants to increase the sales tax to a full 1%.
Overwhelmingly, what I hear from Arizonans is we want our teachers paid better. So this is a way to do that.
A recent report from Wallet Hub ranked Arizona near dead last in the nation for public school spending per student. Arizona is among the last in the nation in teacher pay. And education activists say academic test scores show that our school kids are not up to par.
41% of our kids are reading on grade level by 3rd grade. Only 26% of our 8th graders are passing their statewide math assessment. We are not serving our children.
Governor Ducey's proposed budget calls for a 2% raise for teachers over 5 years, which is about $200 a year. Douglas is calling for an extension and an increase to Prop 301. It would give teachers an 11% raise. For the average teacher, that's a $5,000 increase.
A huge, large portion of our teachers are not staying in the classroom. First-year teachers are leaving after their first year. They're leaving within the first year. And it's not just pay, it's culture, too.
Meanwhile, the Arizona School Boards Association announced it will file a lawsuit next week seeking hundreds of millions of dollars for schools that it says the legislature has not funded since 2009. Nicole Garcia, Fox 10 News.
Superintendent Diane Douglas is our guest on Newsmaker Sunday. How big of a component of education success is teacher pay, do you believe?
It's not the whole answer to the problem, but it is a big piece of it. And I've traveled the state now. I'm on my 4th tour holding town halls across the state. The #1 issue we hear from Arizonans is they want their teachers paid better. And it's not just the teachers and the administrators, it's the citizens that come forward.
You were pretty quiet on Prop 301. Why?
On Prop 301, I've been very vocal on Prop 301.
I'm sorry, Governor Ducey, some of the pushes he made on raising teacher pay.
On Prop 123?
Yeah, 123, pardon me. Why were you sidelined on that? What was your objection? I'm sorry, I got my props up.
One of the things that I would have liked to have seen in that was that it go to teacher salaries.
You didn't think enough did?
None of it did. It's up to the discretion of the school boards, and believe me, I'm a big fan of local control. That's my background.
Exactly.
But it's a lawsuit to resolve Prop 301, and that was intended to be salary. So I felt that that's where
So
it needed
you would
to
have
go.
preferred that it be earmarked and absolutely slated for teachers, even though districts can use it that way. They can
use it that way, but they don't have to use it that way, and Prop 301 was about teacher salaries.
So you were almost conflicted in a way because you want to give local control, but you also wanted teachers to get money. So you just said, you know what, I don't want to get in this.
Let the citizens decide. You know, even when I was on school board, I felt my duty as a board member was to hold administration accountable and make sure if it was a bond, what were they going to spend the money for? Were they asking for the right amount? All of those different issues. But once it goes to the voters, it's up to the voters to decide.
You were a teacher as well, or limited teaching experience?
I was a teacher of a special adult area.
Which is?
Actually, I'm a stained glass artist in another life, and I taught it for over 10 years.
To adults?
To adults.
And then you served on the Peoria School Board?
In the same time frame.
Before we take a break, what led you to want to be on the Peoria School Board?
Because, once again, I think education is the most important thing we do. So I started at a local level, and there were some issues way back in the day that I thought I wanted to be part of the decision-making process.
We're back in a minute with Superintendent of Public Instruction Diane Douglas seeking a second term next year in November, but there will be a primary before that, which is getting increasingly crowded. Back in a minute on Newsmaker Sunday.
little bit about our workforce.
Diane Douglas, we're chatting here during the break. She is the Superintendent of Public Instruction, and she is our guest on Newsmaker Sunday. First time in the program, I appreciate it. So you are calling for a state sales tax hike to fund an 11% teacher raise.
Correct.
This is tough with Republican orthodoxy, but you believe that Republicans, even in this state, will sign on for a tax increase if it goes to teachers.
That's what I have heard overwhelmingly as I've traveled around Arizona on our, it's called the We Are Listening Tours. We affectionately refer to them as the WALT tours. And overwhelmingly, Arizonans say they want their teachers paid better, and we need new money to do that.
Let's talk for a minute about vouchers and about charter schools. This has been the incubator and a great success, people who believe in school choice. Arizona's been the vanguard, really, in this area. Where are you as to the future of public education? You are the head of public instruction, but you're very, very pro-voucher.
I'm pro-parental choice, because God gives children to parents, not to government bureaucracies, no matter how well-intended they are. So parents have to make the best educational decisions for their children. And we now have many, many options that our legislature has given us. Two things I promised the taxpayers or the citizens as I campaigned: get rid of Common Core and a great education, but also that we would be good stewards of the taxpayer dollar. And that's the role the department has to play with the ESAs. We are the oversight to make sure that taxpayer money is spent appropriately.
Do you worry that we're going to end up with an education system, public education, for the disadvantaged, the lower socioeconomic, and that the kids with means and the families who have money are going to go private?
I certainly hope not, and I certainly will defend our public education system against that happening to the best of my ability. You know, one of the things...
Do you think the private schools and the charters can do it better, more efficiently?
No, not necessarily. We have some amazing traditional district schools in Arizona.
My kids are in one of them,
right.
Actually.
But people make choices. Some choose a whole plethora of things within their family. But the point is, the public education system goes back before the very founding of this nation, and it's because we believe every single child is entitled to an education, not that just the ones that come from wealthy families or certain social classes.
15 seconds left. What would you want people to know about you? What drives you? What's in your heart? What's your core principle?
What is in my heart? Well, first of all, God, family, country are my guiding principles. And that I will always stand up for the people of Arizona who have elected me to this office.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank
Good to
you.
see you.
It's a privilege to be
We'll have
here.
you back during the campaign. There's plenty of time for that. We'll talk about the campaign as time goes on. We've got about a year until that all starts. But thank you. Diane Douglas.
Thank you so much.